Okay, I've been putting it off for long enough. I think it's finally fine. Wow, that was a mix-up. It's finally time to see what the stag nest has to offer. I'm curious what kind of place it will be, how large it will be, where on the map it will be, since it surely has to slot in somewhere. What do you have to say about your home, buddy? Being back in my old home, I feel the weight of my long life bearing down on me. I carry it proudly, though. Wherever I travel, the memories of my family and my kind come with me. Nice to hear you're a positive sort. So, oh right, I don't even have the map of this place, so can't really examine that, not until I find Conifer. Hope is the achievement I just picked up. Alright, another vessel fragment. I'm assuming having a third extra soul tank is the limit. Given how they seem to decrease in size over time, I can't imagine having one that's smaller than what the third will undoubtedly be. Not to mention, for there to be another, I would have to have missed 3 whole vessel fragments, in addition to the remaining one. Can I get this? Okay, it automatically comes back down, good. For a second there, since I immediately got a pretty good reward on entering this place, I thought it might just be that room. Thankfully, that does not appear to be the case. Alright, left or right? Well, left heads backwards, so I guess here first. A broken egg. It's empty. Presumably a stag egg. Is this the old egg of the last remaining stag, or is there someone else alive in here? If there is it going to be friendly, or am I going to have to fight it? I'd rather not have to fight it, but if it comes to that, it comes to that. Nothing up here, right? Apparently not. I don't think I completed this thought. It'd be interesting if Conifer doesn't actually ever show up here because he can't get here. He's not friends with the stag like we are. He does not have his gratitude. Oh, this leads back to the Howling Cliffs. That's interesting. So... oh, I really wish I had the compass equipped because then I would know my current location. As it is, I have no idea how this syncs up with the rest of the Howling Cliffs. But that means the stag nest is in the... let's bring up the full map and zoom out. It's in the upper left of the area, which is not what I would have expected. I wouldn't have thought it to be so high up, but there you go. So, unless I missed something, yeah, the stag nest was quite a short area indeed. Let's see where dropping takes me. Pretty sure I've explored this bit before, or at least it's very similar to one I've explored before. Is, this the path back into Green Path? Because there's only so many pathways leading left. Actually, this might be entirely new. It's really hard to tell without the compass. Okay, I know where I am. So I should actually be very near the Whispering Root. It should be directly below me, if I understand correctly where I am. Right, I'm not wrong, am I? It's the trouble of not remembering to re-equip the compass when I go exploring. I've gotten used to not having it equipped since I have maps of every other area in the game. Yep, there it is, okay. It was just a little bit further down than I realized. The map is to a greater scale than I thought. Alright, so might as well pick up this essence. I was planning on returning here at some point for both the Whispering Root and the warrior's grave that's nearby, so I was gonna do this, ultimately. Just didn't think I'd be doing it now. Yeah, no king, no mind, release. And this is the Kingdom's Edge, presumably that, yeah, that doesn't help me get past it. It'd be interesting if it could, if there was a little bit of a room there with an item to collect. Although presumably I'd lose my mind upon doing so, so it would have to give me a non-standard game over if it wanted to keep with the lore that it's building up. Oh, I hope collecting all this essence isn't going to be too much of a pain. It's probably scattered everywhere in this room, so I'm gonna have to be very thorough with my explorations here. Still though, even with all this essence, I still won't even have 2,000, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I read this one before. The warrior's grave will presumably be another 100 or so. So, at the most, I'll have 2,100 after getting through this area. That still leaves several hundred to collect, I'm pretty damn sure. I think the seer gave me the goal of 2,400, and there was an achievement I mentioned earlier as being rewarded for collecting somewhere in the 2,000s. I forget the exact amount, it was probably 2,400. So where then does that extra 300 at a minimum essence come from? Are there just more warriors' graves that I've missed? That's probably the case. There's probably a few areas that have one. So it's not as much of a mystery as I'd like to think. Which is probably for the best. As long as all the essence is easily identifiable on the map, it means actually collecting it all won't be too much of a pain. As opposed to some other things like that one last vessel fragment. I have no idea where it is, and it's not marked on the map in any fashion. So I basically just have to go exploring everywhere, checking every place I've been to see if there's a breakable wall I missed, or an NPC I didn't interact with, or something like that. I think there was some essence back down here I didn't pick up. Yeah. A lot of it, actually. You know what I just realized? The bits of essence also actually have an audio cue. It's that humming when you get near. It's easy to assume that that's just the sound that plays when you activate the Whispering Root, because it fills the area with essence, but you can actually use that to help find the last few remaining pieces. Probably would have helped me earlier when I was trying to find like 1 or 2 remaining essences in some of the previous places. Yeah, I'm kind of slow on the uptake at times, as I'm sure you've no doubt noticed. Hopefully this is the last one though. Yeah, okay, good. I don't have to go backtracking through that whole place, so... There's actually a bit of this area I have yet to explore. Let's do that first. Then I'll head towards the grave. I'm assuming this will take me to a dead end of sorts. Probably need the double jump or the super dash to proceed. Oh! Ooh, it was just the dark area that I forgot to return to once I picked up the lantern. I think that might actually be the case. Let's see what's in here. The hell's with this little... like, it's obscured with darkness at first, so it's easy to miss, but... doesn't actually seem to be anything there. Maybe I'll return from that direction. I had to check the wall. I felt like it was suspicious, but that was just me. I can hear things moving off to the right, though. Sounds like things scurrying about. Not entirely sure what it might be. Probably an enemy of some sort. The enemies in this game do tend to have pretty distinct audio cues, which is yet another excellent bit of design. You can tell what's coming if you listen with your ears. Also, I'm taking a surprising amount of damage here against these garbage trash enemies. I'll write that off just due to my limited platforming space. What with all the spikes around, it makes it difficult to avoid them properly. And they just come out of nowhere like right jerks. Alright, well I guess there's gonna be bug juice up here, but hopefully something else as well. Because that alone would not have been worth coming up all the way here. Yeah, okay, this is gonna bust open. Or I can bust it open. Because if this is just blue juice, well, I guess I needed to map out everything anyway. Well, I don't know if I need to do that for any completion, but I would want to have done it. Whoa! Okay, so much for just being a little bit of bug juice. This seems to be an entire colony. the likes of which I've not seen before. This area is really pretty. Joni's Blessing, a charm. Definitely worth coming here. 4 notches to equip. Blessed by Joni, the kindly heretic. Transfigures vital fluids into blue lifeblood. The bearer will have a healthier shell and can take more damage, but they will not be able to heal themselves by focusing soul, so I get a bunch of armor but no healing ability. Still though, that could be pretty useful. Ah, no thoughts to be had from the dream nail. They're too far gone. Yeah, this was a pretty cool area to explore. I just love the aesthetics of it. All the blue butterflies in the background and the foreground. One of the few times that they actually make use of details in the foreground to a really good extent. Most of the time I just find it annoying because it obscures stuff. And it doesn't exactly look good because it's mostly just shown as like, you know, black vines which you can't really see because they're not properly lit. But because the blue butterflies generate light, they look fabulous indeed. Okay, so I just need to get to the remaining warrior's grave here. And that should be it for the Howling Cliffs. I said this before, but I certainly wasn't expecting that the Stag station, or the Stag nest would lead to this. I thought it would be its whole area with, you know, maybe a boss or a mini-boss, or something of substance, but aside from the one vessel fragment, there really wasn't much there. A little bit disappointing, I must admit. But only slightly, and only because the rest of the game is so good in general. Oh! Shit. Okay, I just kind of automatically struck them with the dream nail without even thinking about it, so I did not receive the dialogue. I'm gonna guess that if I die and talk to them, I'm not gonna be able to hear the full extent anyway, so I'm just gonna do this. Assuming I can, of course. Okay, the patterns aren't too difficult, I'm just being a bit of a dummy here. I'll just take this moment to heal up. Yep. Maybe make use of my fireball. Attack from range. Oh! Got 3-way shots this time, or a pattern of 3 shots rather. Still not actually difficult. I mean, I'm taking a little bit of damage, but it would not be difficult to no-hit this one. Yep. Easiest grave by far. So, I hope they didn't have anything important to say. I am Gorb, the great mind, the pain, ascend, ascend. I am... Yeah, I'm just completely nonplussed since I didn't see what they had to say beforehand. But yep, that's another 100 essence. 324 before I need to visit the seer again. And yeah, that should be it for the Howling Cliffs as well. Since I'm so close to and have such easy access to Dirtmouth, I might as well return there as well. See if anything new has occurred. I don't think I've been back there since I took down the 3rd Dreamer, have I? So if anything was going to change there, it would probably have occurred by now. Hopefully, everyone there's alright. I don't want to return, only... Ooh, what was that up there? Did you see that little cavern area with the butterflies? No, that's right, I forgot. I've actually been there before. I thought it might have been something new that I've missed. But nope, it's just part of the tutorial area. Thought I had an easier drop back down in the Dirtmouth. Maybe I dropped from the wrong spot. Because I could have sworn I didn't have to go through this tutorial bit again, but... it is what it is. I get the chance to pick up some armor, which might come in handy. Actually, thinking about it, if I were to challenge the Colosseum, now with a little bit of armor would probably be the best time. Actually, you know what's an even better thought? How many armor pieces can I pick up? Is there a limit? Because I remember there being quite a few available in the failed tramway, I believe it was. Yes. or at least in that general vicinity, so I could go pick up some there. It probably wouldn't take too long, and as long as I can avoid taking damage on the way there and back, that would end up setting me up the best for the third trial. Well, the Elderbug still has nothing new to say. I thought he would have been more important, but he really is just, you know, an old dude. He has no greater importance in the lore, which is usually what his kind of character does have. Yep. Sly has nothing new to offer, and most likely never will. Not gonna rest at the bench because I know that clears the armor goo away. How are these two doing? She's still admiring him. Precept 8. Travel alone. You can rely on nobody, and nobody will always be loyal. Therefore, nobody should be your constant companion. I guess Zote's a fan of Organization 13 then. So, right, over that way was just the shaman, so no point in going all the way over there. Let me just bring up my map on my way down. Oh, well. So the failed tramway, yeah, there were 2 nests of bugs in pretty close proximity. It's a pretty fair distance away from any of these stag stations, though. Are there any blue goo that are actually near a stag station? There's one down after that first boss I fought, the False Knight. Although, getting into that area is a little bit more difficult now that it's all infected. Yeah, pretty much all of the cocoons, I just noticed that that's what the map calls it. Should probably refer to it by its actual name. None of them are actually placed conveniently, presumably to discourage this sort of armor farming that I was thinking of doing. Even so, with 2 bits of armor, that gives me a little bit better of a chance of surviving this third trial. So I think I am going to attempt it now. Oh, he has something new to say. Whoops. He said something about the stag nest. It was full of life once, stags coming and going, swapping stories of the places they'd been and the passengers they'd met. For a long time now, I'd considered myself the only one remaining, the last stag. But being in the nest again, there's something in the air, a smell or a warmth, or a presence perhaps. Could it be other stags have made their way out into the wider world? Yes, I will hold on to that hope. My kin, still alive, still out there, journeying beyond these lands. But for me, I could never abandon the stagways, not as long as passengers still need them. I can tell you still have important work to do, don't you, little one? I will be your companion as long as my old body still serves. Let us enjoy the old stagways of this kingdom together a little longer. Aw, sure thing, Fendo. I think the old stag here is one of my more favorite characters. He's just such a friendly fellow. Not really joyous, but ultimately more positive than he is negative. He's hopeful, that's a good word to describe him. Okay, so I'm gonna make my way to the Colosseum, and I think I'll actually keep this in rather than cutting it out, because I don't think I've actually shown just how quickly you can make it to the Colosseum once you've unlocked all these shortcuts. Because you can actually get here pretty damn quickly from that fast travel point. That's probably a bit of intentional design to make it so that way if you have to go somewhere else, such as to repair your fragile charms, it doesn't take too long to get there and get back. Which is good. That's good design. The best they are possibly capable of if they're not willing to put in the free ability to warp between benches, which, in my opinion, would be the better way of handling things. I've not tried to hide at all that I'm not a fan of this Dark Souls 1 style cohesive level design. I like the cohesiveness, but I don't like the fact that it ends up restricting them such that in order to make all these shortcuts and interconnections worthwhile, they end up having to prevent you from having the ability to freely warp. If you can just warp anywhere, then all those interconnections are worthless. They don't serve a point. So to make them serve a point, they basically make it so that you have to take longer to travel anywhere. And it's a little bit annoying. I just realized if I want to make use of this armor goo, I can't rest at the bench here, which means a longer trek back. On the other hand, yeah, you know what, I have to rest at the bench. Getting that soul goo doesn't really help me. Because I forgot to re-equip the Fragile Strength charm, which is going to help me a lot more than any armor ever could. So, I'm going to get rid of everything except for the Shaman Stone and the Spell Twister. That only frees up 4 notches, unfortunately. I'm just curious, how much armor does Joni's Blessing off? Whoa! Oh, that's why it prevents you from healing. It overwrites your regular health. So I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 pips of health. 5 greater than my current maximum health, and I assume I can't get any more health containers. So that's actually pretty good if you're going into something where you're not going to have the ability to heal. If I could get through the earlier rounds of the Colosseum where I can heal without getting hit, it would definitely come in handy in the later rounds when I don't have the opportunity to heal. Sadly, I don't think I'm quite capable of that, and I think Fragile Strength is better anyway. I only have 1 notch left. I'll probably just go with Dream Wielder, but I'd really like Balder's Shell, but I like my other charms more. The extra damage from this doesn't help so much if I'm... Because if I don't have the shell, I have much less opportunities to safely heal. And that means I'm going to be healing less because I'm just asking to be hit while being healed and then take more damage. So bonuses while healing aren't going to help because I'm not going to be healing as much. I described that in the most long-winded way as possible. So yeah, I'm just going to go with the charm I said I would. Alright, what are the chances of me actually making it through to the finish on this attempt? Not very high if I'm being realistic, but I'm gonna hold on to my hope. I'm encouraged by my old stag buddy to do that. Inspired, rather, is the word I was looking for. So, let's see if I can do it. I do think having the Fragile Strength charm will help tons. Even if it only makes it so that I can kill the enemies with 1 fewer hit, that will just ease my burden so much. Because the difficulty I've been having is just being swarmed by the enemies. Well, the legitimate difficulty. The majority of the difficulty comes from the shitty frame rate, but there's not exactly much I can do about that now, is there? I did not realize he attacked after his jump. This frame rate is the worst. Yeah, like these guys take 2 hits, which makes them so much easier to take down. Right. Oh no, I thought those were the explosive dudes. That's the 3-shot one. I mixed them up. They look vaguely similar. And yeah, these guys only take 2 hits as opposed to 3, which makes them so much easier to deal with. Yep, Fragile Strength is gonna save my bacon here. I pressed circle to dodge like an idiot. God damn you, muscle memory from other games. Let me just take this time to heal while it's relatively safe. That's what I was trying to do. Dash away so I don't get hurt. And these guys, I think, only take 3 hits, which makes them so much more doable. Yeah, the Fragile Strength charm is just an absolute necessity for this, at least for me. Maybe if you're more skilled, you don't need it. Like, say, being skilled enough to not get hit by a dumb attack like that. Okay, I'm just gonna heal. Nope, I have to wait for him to go to the other side. But now is a relatively safe time to heal because no other enemies will come in. And that is a rarity during the Colosseum matches, as I found. Oh, I did not realize it would take another hit. Damn it. That's what I get for assuming. I do nothing but make an ass out of myself. Alright, so might as well ignore them because they're dead. I do love that little detail of the spikes coming up and ruining their day. It's a nice little bit of catharsis, since normally the spikes ruin your day. Okay. I did not handle that well. Again, I'm gonna blame that on the frame rate. Just the choppiness makes it a little bit difficult to maneuver smoothly. Yeah, I don't want to waste my soul here. I want to save it for something useful. Yep, these guys take 2 hits. Alright. 1 round of spikes done. I think this is around when the suicide dudes come up. I'm just gonna hug the wall like this while they kill themselves. Good. Alright, now it's time for the tick round. Oh, this one's a pain in the ass. Just because there's something about their sort of lazy patterns that alternate in speed that really catches me. Because if they hop a long distance, they travel relatively slowly, but if they hop a short distance, they travel incredibly fast. And that variability in the speed in which they move just completely screws with my ability to project where they're going to be, and thus effectively evade them. Like right there. I did not realize it would come to me so quickly, but it did. I gotta try and find the time to heal here. As difficult of a time as I have with dealing with them, this is still one of the easier rounds overall, especially this late on in the round. I say this late on, but honestly, for all I know, I'm not even halfway there. I've never made it far enough to be able to tell just how much progress I'm making. Alright, we're getting close to the segment where they remove the floors entirely. More spikes to deal with. Oh, I attacked way too early there. Well, I'm not doing so well now, am I? At least I can kind of, use their lazy tracking to my advantage and pretty easily escape from their range of attack. Like so. Oh dear. Come on, I gotta heal up. I think the platforms... Oh no, that's right. I forgot they give you this break round where it's pretty much just free healing. Because avoiding these guys is not difficult at all. Oh no. I'm attracting too much of their aggro at once. If I have to deal with all of them at the same time, it makes it much more difficult to avoid taking damage. Oh god. Come on, heal up. Okay. No, shit. Shit! Oh, I was doing so well. Okay. I need to get rid of that flyer. One more hit. One more hit. Good, okay. And this guy comes after me a little bit more aggressively than the other type. But then the mantises get summoned. And speaking of aggression, these guys are absolutely insane. No, I was gonna get hit there if I tried and heal. Maybe, nope. Rocket across to the other side, and then heal. Yeah, okay, nice. And then I've lost... Oh, I lost the aggro of the mantis for a little bit, but they quickly realized what was up. And now I have the flyers to deal with, who are even worse because they have a range attack that I just am not good at dealing with. But it seems because there's one enemy still alive, the next round isn't starting. More enemies aren't funneling in, which gives me the chance to heal. And gather a little bit of soul as well. Okay, I was in a really tight pinch there, but I recovered decently enough. I actually have a shot, I think, as long as I don't make any more dumb mistakes. Alright, here a bunch more flyers come out, and they are just an absolute pain to deal with. Alright, one more hit and the other flyer is down. Perfect. Oh, but I got more to deal with, of course. Of course it couldn't be over that quickly. honestly, as quick as they hound after me, the ground mantises aren't actually all that dangerous. Simply because their patterns are pretty easy to avoid. At least this guy's actually better at hounding me. I have to get rid of him. And let the mantis survive. Because yeah, they are like as aggressive as they can be. They're honestly not as fast as a lot of the other enemies, which makes them much less dangerous unless I screw up. Okay, I gotta do the other thing. Nope. Gotta hold up here, then crystal to the other side, and that gets me away fast enough that they just kind of lose aggro on me for a little bit. And there we go, nearly full health. Just gotta avoid making dumb mistakes. Okay, and full health. Oh no! Of course I got two wizards at once to deal with. I just bungled that pronunciation, but can you really blame me given all the shit that's going on? Well, oh, you're a less dangerous version of the Soul Tyrant, so that's not so bad, but you have ads, other enemies to help you. That said, now that I know that they're there, they're not so bad. That one only hit me because I didn't realize they spawned in because I was focusing on the wizards. I gotta heal. Nope. Oh, of course you come in just as I try and heal. But you're by your lonesome, I was gonna say, but nope, you have friends. I gotta take you down. Oh, I can't heal. I just gotta take this dude down if I want a chance to heal. Oh no. I really wish I had the bell to shell now. Oh, I'm fucked. I made it so far too. Come on, die, 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 die. Yes. Yes. No. Give me time to heal, give me time to heal. Oh god, now I have new mages. Oh, it's the same attack as what the jellyfish had. That's interesting. Didn't think that would show up again. Oh no, oh no. Come on. I didn't have the time to heal. No! No! Holy crap. The third trial of the Colosseum of Fools is no joke.